Okay. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Trademark Talk with Radiance. I'm really excited this afternoon to have special guest Jessica Childress of Juris Prudence, LLC. Miss Childress is the Chief Executive Dreamer of Juris Prudence, LLC, a children's content company that produces educational products and services, teaching children about the law. Jurisprudence is based on Miss Childress's first children's book, The Briefcase of Juris P. Prudence, a fictional book about an 11-year-old lawyer who fights for children's right to vote. So welcome, Jessica. I'm excited to have you here.
Thank you so much, Radiance. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, I love talking to you, and thank you for having me.
Yes. So tell me, what led you to doing children's books? So you're an employment lawyer by trade. What led you to writing children's books?
Sure. Well, I was working in what's called big law, so a big corporate global law firm back in 2012, and I was writing lots of briefs, doing lots of litigation, discovery, and I was thinking, what would I be writing about if it weren't litigation related items? And I've always loved reading. I was a big American Girl fan, Addie, the American.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
She was my girl, and I actually have a collection downstairs of my house of American Girl books. So I was a big reader. I'm still a huge reader, but I love children's books, and I knew how much they influenced my life. I also love very adventurous girl characters, very industrious characters. So I wanted to create, I've always really wanted to create a series about a very industrious girl character. And that led me to writing about jurisprudence, and she's evolved. There have been many iterations of jurisprudence, and she actually ended up being an 11-year-old lawyer who takes on cases representing kids' issues. So that's the short evolution of JP.
So then what is the mission behind this? Like, what is the mission? What motivates you to keep going? What are you hoping to accomplish with this children's book series?
Sure. So Jurisprudence started as a book. Jurisprudence is now an educational content company that teaches kids about the law through products and services that are guided by this 11-year-old lawyer, Jurisprudence. So the book was just the beginning. There's now a series of books, and there is an educational curriculum. Our company does mock trial programs, but the educational curriculum that we're rolling out is based in what's called restorative practices. So that's kind of the next big project that's coming down the pipe with Jurisprudence. But I envision Jurisprudence to be on par with American Girl one day. And so that is really the big vision behind the company. But the mission behind the company is really to expose girls to the legal profession and leadership. Not just girls, at some point, all kids, but right now,
Right.
Girls.
And I think that's important because even when I think about myself growing up, I didn't even come into contact with a lawyer until I was like 15 years old.
Exactly, me too.
So I mean, it's amazing what you're doing because you're exposing children to the legal profession early. Like that's not even something I even considered until I was in high school. So I think that's amazing. And I know that you've done in the past like mock trials and things like that. Is that something that are those types of things you're going to continue to do as well?
Absolutely. So the
Oh, I think we lost you for a little bit. We can come back.
Me?
Beauty of internet.
Alrighty, are we still here?
Oh, are you here? Okay.
I'm here.
You're back now. Okay. There was like a little. Okay. Go ahead.
Technical difficulties, right?
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. It's the internet. Okay. Go ahead. Continue.
Sure. So, our mock trials have historically been on an ad hoc basis. The curriculum that we're rolling out next year is going to incorporate the mock trial concept on a more scalable level so that kids don't have to actually come to or be a part of a Saturday morning mock trial program, but hopefully school districts and schools in particular will purchase and license the right to our content. And I'm sure we'll talk about licensing and more as we go forward today. But they will license the right to our content, and the schools and the school districts will be able to roll out mock trials on a more scalable level for more kids.
That's amazing. I'm really, really excited for you. So what made you decide it was time, hey, it's time to trademark this baby? Like, you know, and so you came to me and I helped trademark the name and the logo. And so what made you decide it was time to do that?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to create this curriculum. And as you know, I mean, you're my go-to trademark person. So, and I've learned so much about IP, the technicalities of IP. I feel like I'm good enough to be dangerous.
Right. To pretend.
Trademarks. I knew copyrights. I didn't know trademarks that well. But I knew that in terms of a brand, I wanted to do everything possible to protect the brand, because I was going to be licensing some content at some point. And as I was creating this curriculum, the thought that kept going through my head was, wait, this like brand or this logo right now has not been trademarked. And this is something that I'm not going to talk about with partners or do any collaborations until the IP is protected in the right way. And it just kept tripping me up, and I don't like roadblocks. So when I started drafting and putting my pedal to the metal with respect to creating the curriculum, that was really one of the first steps that was on my list was, okay, if we're going to have a licensing agreement, we need protectable IP. And so that's why I came to you, and the rest is history.
Yes. So what were you able to realize or achieve as a result of trademarking your brand?
Sure. So when I talk to potential buyers about our curriculum, I talk about the fact that they are licensing our content. And when they're licensing our content, they're licensing the portfolio of our intellectual property. So that is that's the copyrights, obviously, to the content in the book, which was protected, the trademark, the name, JP, Juris Prudence rather, they're licensing all of that, and they're using it with the permission of the
Right.
It's talking about something that's protected. And so I'm able to realize the fact that I'm selling something that's actually my asset that I'm allowing another company or another organization to borrow. So for me, that's having something that's actually enforceable, that's having a right that's enforceable if there is any misappropriation. And that, to me, that allows me as a CEO to sleep at night, because otherwise I would be very, very angry about that.
Absolutely. And the only way that you can actually license the content is actually having ownership of it. And the only way to have ownership of it is to have the trademark and, you know, intellectual property ownership of it. So you can't license something you don't own. So so that definitely, and another point that you mentioned about the fact that you made the investment to do it. And a lot of people have this misconception about, like, if I make this investment in protecting my trademark, like, what am I going to get back from it? Like, they're thinking, you know, a lot of times, like, you might invest in a business coach and you're hoping that by making the investment, you make like 3 times your investment. What they don't realize is that the act of investing in your trademark, and that's what gives its value there to do. Then it's like the long-term accumulation of value buildup. You know what I mean? So it's not exactly like the same exchange of I pay you for your services and then am I going to get 3 times the results? It's a different type of value exchange, because by licensing, you could do that into perpetuity. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
and that's the beautiful thing about intellectual property, as you know, and I think as you teach your audience, and I'm so thankful. I'll just side note, thank you to you, Radiance, for putting out so much great content about the purpose and the value in protecting your IP. Because this is an asset that you're creating, and I think the value of creative content owners, and one of the beautiful things about being able to create content is that you create a piece of property. You can create a piece of property every day that you can pass on to your heirs, to your family, and it's your value. I mean, it's your lucrative asset that you create every day, and you can't license it if you don't own it. And so ownership. I'm just all about owning what you create.
Right, and protecting it. So like you said, no one can steal it. You put all your blood, sweat, and tears, and I've seen you all over. You're at South by Southwest, you're over here, you're over there, and then find out that somebody's like ripped off and like they come up with a jury prudence, or something. I mean, that would be devastating. But you don't have to worry about that
because letter from my attorney, Radiance.
Right. Nastygram coming right to you, right?
Exactly.
So what is the best business advice you can give our audience today? Like, what have you, from your own business journey, what type of advice would you like to leave with them?
Sure. Number one, stay hungry. Just love your business on day 599 the same way that you loved it from day one.
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of pieces of business advice, but stay hungry. Think of your business as a big business from day one, and then stay ready so that you don't have to get ready. Because coming to you at a stage where the company was ready to actually sell a program and asking you, hey, Radiance, can you now file these trademarks that are going to take 18 months or however long it takes to get the filing finalized, or not the filing finalized, but to get the registrations back from the USPTO.
Right.
That would not be the position that I would want to be in. I'd want to have, obviously have my trademarks protected before having a buyer. So get ready before you actually
the
ready
opportunities
to
you
just have to be ready for opportunity. You never know when it will strike. So I would say immediately think about your vision and take steps that are strategic and intentional to execute that vision. Then after that, let's see, drink your water.
That's right. I can agree with that.
Stay
hydrated while you're
but it comes down to drink your water, get some sun, and have some fun.
Yeah, because I see you're living your just life. I guess it's the alliteration of living your best life. I love it.
Your life is hard, so you gotta insert some self-care and make sure you understand why you're doing what you're doing and keep it fun.
And I love the point where you said, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because that's the thing. Like, if the opportunity comes and you're like, oh, I got to hurry up and do the trademark, there is no way to expedite the process. The process is the process. There is no pay extra fees to speed up the process. So if you have a vision, if you know that your business wants to go in a certain direction, like, these are the steps that you should be taking now, so that when those opportunities emerge, you are more than ready and more than protected. So yeah, definitely. So now we're going to go into a rapid fire round. So just there will be two options, and you let me know which one best describes you. All right? Okay, so tea or coffee?
Coffee. I don't schedule meetings until I've had a sufficient amount of time to drink my coffee.
Oh, you're one of those.
It's very, very important to me. So yeah, coffee for sure.
Okay, and winter or summer?
I love the summer. I don't like being cold.
Me too. I love the summer. Morning bird or night owl?
I love the peace of the morning.
So do you get up early? Oh, we had another internet snafu.
Oh.
All right, I think we're back. Okay, we're back. You said you like the peace of the morning. So you get up early?
Yep. Get some exercise in the morning.
Another snafu. Okay, I think you're back now.
I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay. Mac or PC?
I'm a Mac girl, all Apple.
Me too. iPhone or Samsung? Clearly it's iPhone, right?
iPhone,
yeah. Facebook or Instagram?
Oh man, I'm like, I like Insta. I've become an Instagram girl.
Okay. And funny movie or scary movie?
I am, I think, like, I like scary movies, but I've got to build up like my courage.
Right,
But
right.
I like scary movies.
Okay, okay. And then introvert or extrovert?
Oh, I'm an ambivert. I used to be super extroverted with so I read this article about ambiverts. We love people, but we also need a lot of time to just collect our energy. So we're very, very cerebral, and we need time to just collect our energy so that we can be the social butterflies that we are. So
Interesting.
I
Okay.
love my quiet time, but also really love, I love being around people. So it's a
Okay.
50-50 split.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. So how and where can our audience reach you?
Sure. So Juris Prudence is on all social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at Juris P Prudence. So don't forget the P. The website is www.jurispprudence.com. And you can also connect with me on Instagram, on LinkedIn at Jessica Childress.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I really, really appreciate it. And it was fun. I thought it was fun.
Thank you for having me, Radiance.
My pleasure. So thank you guys for tuning in today for Trademark Talk with Radiance. I had fun this week talking to y'all about all this trademark stuff. Hopefully you learned something amazing and now you're ready and motivated to take action. If you want to continue to learn more about the trademark process and how this can benefit your business and whether trademarking is right for you, I invite you to my upcoming webinar this coming Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will leave the link in my bio. The webinar is how to protect your brand like a boss. Well, I will walk you through how to stand out from your competitors and what exactly you need to do to trademark your brand. So hope you will join me on Tuesday. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the comments. So thank you again for joining and have a wonderful afternoon. Take care, guys. Okay.